Hi guys and gals, Froggy here. This is just a quick video on how to change your headlight low beams and high beams on an '02 Suburban, and it's pretty easy. These modules are held in by two little pins there and there, so you just twist them like that. They might be a little stuck, and you pull them out. Now, I already went over and did it on the driver's side. So you just kind of wiggle and jiggle this whole module till it comes out. And there's your two bulbs. I think the inside is low beam and the outside is high beam. I could have that mixed around. But they're different bulbs. One is a 9005 and one is a 9006. And you will see those numbers marked on the old bulbs. So I've got some new bulbs over there. I think maybe I took them out of this Corvette, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to replace the one that's burnt out once I figure out which one it is. And I'll probably replace both sides. Turned on my low beams, and you can see it's the outermost one. And that one's lit up. And that one's not lit up, so this is the one that's dead. Okay, so I'm going to replace that. Just wiggle and jiggle. Let's see what it's hung up on. There it was, that little corner there. And really, well, that one's got kind of a short wire on it, but that's how it comes out. And this one's got a little bit longer wire on it. So, let's see what I've got for new bulb. So, to get the bulb out, you just rotate it 90 degrees. And this one, it was like counterclockwise, if you were looking at it. And just wiggle it and jiggle it again and pull it out. It's got little tabs, like that, okay? This is the one that was working, but I'm going to look at it anyway. And that one right there is the one that's burnt out. I need two hands. You gotta lift up on this clip right here. Just lift that up and wiggle and jiggle it out. I'm gonna need two hands. I'm not sure if you can be able to see in this close up enough, but the coil wire, this is incandescent halogen probably. Halogens probably means the gas that's filled inside the bulb. So that one is broken. I can see little pieces there rolling around inside the bulb. And this low beam was '9006. I don't know if you can read that. 9006. So I'm gonna get a couple of those. So now you can see there's one low beam and another low beam, and I think these look a little wider than the old ones. They're different from year to year, from bulb model to bulb model. Let's check the high beam. So there's the high beams. Those are the innermost bulbs, and those are working. I think maybe I'll just leave them alone, but I am going to polish up these lenses, and I just did another video. You can look at it on my channel. I did the rear tail light lenses with a polish and a sealant, and if I have time here I'm going to do these front ones. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because it's the same process that I did on the rear tail lights, but maybe I will show you the finished result. You can see it's pretty cloudy, especially in that high beam. You can see that, okay? I put a little grease, doesn't matter what kind of grease, on those pins just so that they slide in through all that plastic bit. They'll slide in a little easier. So slide the pins down and then make sure you clip them back onto these little clips, okay? and then I'll just do the other side and I'll get some polish out. So this is all I'm going to do. I'll put some links for the products. This is a plastic polisher. This is a plastic sealer. It's all made especially for these kinds of lenses. That's a dual orbital polisher that I'm going to put this on the pad and then use that to polish and then seal with this, and then just some alcohol and water to clean it up before I get started. I'll have to be careful I don't tear up my pad when I get next to these little tips that stick out here. If anybody knows why they do this on headlight lenses, I know they don't do it all the time. I've seen lenses without, but this one has those 3 little tips on there. So if you know what those are for, put it in the comments. Thanks. A little tip for you, when you're putting the polish on, there you put it on like that. I dab it all around, all over the pad, and then I dab it on to the plastic like that to kind of spread it around so I don't use it all up in the first place that I touch the polisher to the lens. Just kind of dab it around like that. Sorry, I got out of frame there. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to make these like brand new. I already know that, but I think I got some of the haze out of there. And I'm going to try to give you as good a picture as I can. That's the side that I polished. And I haven't put any sealer on it yet. The high beam looks pretty good. Here's the part that I haven't polished yet. I did clean it off with the alcohol, but I didn't polish it yet. I can definitely see the difference. So of course I'm going to do them both so they both come out nice. Okay. I did end up showing you pretty much the whole process. This is an aerosol. You shake it up a little bit and hold it about. It's like shooting a can of spray paint on. If it's windy, I would put it off to another day. It's pretty nice here now. So 7 or 8 inches away. Keep it moving, you know, just like that. And at least 2 coats, about 5 minutes apart. And don't put it on so heavy that it drips, okay? Because it's going to dry on kind of like spray paint. And, you know, if you put it on too heavy, it drips. So what this does is it's a UV protection. UV ultraviolet rays are what makes these lenses get all cloudy. They have a interaction with the plastic that the lenses are made out of. Probably the newer cars are a little bit better. I don't know. This is an O2. But it also, if you put it on right, it will have a kind of a clarification or clarity finish to the lens. Maybe fill in some of the porosity of the plastic so it's more glass-like instead of being porous like a plastic. Okay, so I just did the second coat. I think I'm going to put 3 coats on this because this bottle is almost empty and I might as well use it up. This is actually pretty old. I think I got it like 5 years ago or something, but it's still good. It's still working. Is there a date on this? It says 07/23/10, so that'll make it 12 years old. I don't know. Meguiar's is good stuff. I have used it for, I want to say 50 years, maybe not 50 years, but I got smart in the last 20 or 30 years. I've used it for a long time. If you compare the discoloration or hazing or yellowing on the bottom lens, which is the daytime running lights, versus the top lens, you can really see that this process does work. Let me get this side's on it. The light is a little different over here on this side. Yeah, see, they came out pretty clear. So anyway, I'm going to do one more code. Give me a thumbs up or a like if this helps you out. Subscribe to my channel if you want more from Froggy. Ring the bell if you want notifications. Be safe. Have fun. Froggy out. Let's go, Brandon. There's the high beams, and looks like high beams and some part of the low beams also comes on at the same time. And there's just the low beams. And looks like now I've got to do the all the rest of the lights. Fog lights, daytime running lights. It's never ending, but it's really not too hard of a job. Anyway, see you later. Froggy out. Trying to get some focus here. Oh boy, camera doesn't want to focus at night. There's a little bit there. Alright, that's the low beams. That's the high beams. Come on, focus. And I'm pretty satisfied. I wonder, and the fog lights work too, the two little round ones. I'm not going to turn them on. Oh, well, heck, I'll turn them on. Okay, so they only come on with low beams. When you have your high beams on, it cancels out the fog lights, which would make sense because fog lights are meant to hug the road and go underneath a layer of fog. The only thing I'm wondering is if there's also supposed to be a light right there in the middle of the screen to the left of the turn signal on each side. I think it's called a daytime running light, DRL, and there might be two bulbs out on those. I'll have to pull those out and check them. Anyway, there you go. Froggy out. Bye.